Alright, I just kind of need to ramble a little bit because this has been on my mind for a while, and I just don't really have anyone to talk to about it because, unfortunately for me, I'm the only person who kind of liked Alien Stage within my group or whatever. So I'm just gonna ask this question, okay? So the question in the title is not something I'm going to be answering in the video because, in my opinion, I don't really like. Well, it's not a universal thing, and also I don't think, um, I don't think most people feel this way, at least from what I've seen. Okay, but why does Alien Stage feel so unsatisfying? Okay, I have been following Vivinos for a long, long time. Okay, maybe several years ago. I've started watching them from when they started doing their little horror things with their like the music videos that they turn into like horror situations, right? And I watched them early enough that a lot of their videos that are now privated or unlisted, I was able to see some of them. For example, they used to have a few Sailor Moon related ones that are no longer available. I remember there was one that was like, I don't think it was a speed paint, but they drew Chibiusa. Um, Things like that. So I've been following them for a long time, and I also really, I think this was a little bit of an issue in their Pink Bitch Club series as well. I really like that one. I actually probably slightly like it more than Alien Stage, but I think it's just because I just got more attached to the character, which is kind of funny because there was a lot less going on with the characters if you think about it. Um, okay, so I just want to say how much I really liked Alien Stage and how much I hyped it up in the beginning. My favorite character is Sua, which maybe that's it's quite unfortunate because she doesn't really have a lot of screen time due to the fact that spoiler alert, she dies within the first 5 minutes of the series. Now, to be fair, the series does take is very quick to watch because they are all music videos. But yeah, she does die really fast. Um. Okay, so there's this. So I'm just gonna go out and say right away, I did not learn about the Patreon stuff until the series had ended. So I'm just going to go off of this as a casual fan because maybe other casual fans are feeling this way. I didn't get to read the Patreon stuff because it's hard for me to sift out and start reading. So I try to think about things. I really like a lot of the songs. Like my Clementis, I honestly listen to it pretty frequently and sometimes singing it to myself, hum it to myself. It's a really like I don't know, relaxing song and it's very comforting. I really like the song. The the Sweet Dream song is absolutely awesome. Is beautiful. I love Sua, best character in the series. Rest in peace. um, and what's it called? Blink on and Rulers of My Heart. Okay, those are like really popular. Everyone loves those songs. But absolute bangers. Okay, and I really do like a lot of the characters and their character voices and stuff like that. Um, and I try to think about like, okay, so what would have made things better for me? And I don't know. I think maybe just more time in between some of the stages. Like not like we don't need like a video or like a music video in between each and every one of them, but like a lot of things kind of went by so fast that you don't really have time to sort of, I guess, I don't know if it's process, but you don't really have time to just sort of take it all in. But I guess that's processing. You don't really have time for that. Um, and also, same thing with the characters within the story. I think people have mentioned that based on how the story presents itself, it looks like after okay, full spoilers. Okay, full spoilers on this point. If you want to watch the series, I actually highly recommend it. I find the songs amazing. And honestly, the story is very, very interesting. I don't while I might be like somewhat shitting on the story, that also could just be me not really understanding things, and I want you guys to keep that in mind, okay? So continuing on, um, after like so it was kind like it kind of was hinted that after Ivan died, Till had to just move on from that and immediately start singing for the final part because that was like right after, and he didn't have any time to like sort of uh I guess move on, like think about things, accept things. He just had to like tough it up and keep going. And I don't know, I guess that kind of makes sense also because in a game show you wouldn't want to just do a round a day, but I don't know. I just feel like if things were a little bit slower, it would have been nice. There was barely any like in between time. The only in between time we got was that one thing with like Mizu and Suwa where they were kind of just like in the void looking at each other, and like Suwa had like this really big puffy dress on. And honestly, I watched it a couple of times and I never really knew what to make of it. I feel like it had something to do with like Suwa. Like I don't know, I kind of just took away from it that Suwa was relatively like really depressed, I guess. Like the sort of smiley happy person she was when she died was more so a face and a front that she had, but that's not really her true self. She's much more cold, emotionless, and Mizu either changed that or she changed herself a bit for Mizu's sake to make her happy. I don't know. But anyways, continuing on. We like there was also the rebellion side, which we have I think one music video with and then like it's back to like all the alien stage stuff. Like honestly, I think just a bit of time to breathe would have been nice, right? That's just sort of my thing. Maybe like get to know the characters a little bit more, get to know the world a little bit more. I'm pretty sure 100% that's in the Patreon thing, right? But I didn't know about the Patreon. Like it wasn't like I didn't have Twitter until relatively recently when I started to try to care about the VTubing stuff and like try to promote myself. And even though I did have a Twitter, I didn't use it. So I didn't learn about the Patreon thing until the comic about where Mizu was calling Suwa cute, and she like honestly it made everything more confusing. So I just didn't know how to really take anything away from it. So I was just like, oh, okay. I guess that's that. um Interesting. I just didn't really I just kind of looked at that and I was just like, huh. um so afterwards, what's it called? The the right after Till quote unquote dies, and also everyone else dies. I think Luca lives. I don't remember what the fuck happens to him. Like I'm pretty sure he just lives and fucks off. We never see him again, right? Um, Unless he got shot in the middle of Karma and I just wasn't paying attention because there was a lot of things happening in Karma. So something that people have said is that maybe the reason why things feel unsatisfying or you don't really feel like you understand things is you have to look at the visuals. Vivianos is a very visual storyteller, and that is true. For like before, they wouldn't really use their songs to tell the message. They would use the visuals. You have to like pay attention to the details. What is happening and what are they trying to say through the visuals. So like I do understand that. And there were things that were found in like the visuals that like people have like theorized about and like, you know, later was like outright proven or like explicitly said out loud. For example, some people kind of like took from like the facial expressions and also the way like certain characters like reacted that Sua was purposely trying to die within the first like round to make sure Mizu lived, and then later it was kind of proven because she was like practicing her death and she was like preparing for it and stuff like that. Like I do get that, right? But the thing is, I also had this issue with like Pink Bitch Club, okay? And I think Pink Bitch Club did a really good job of expressing who these characters were within their respective music video and why they all came to love Minako, right? But there was a part, but when it ended with Garu's video, I kind of was just left thinking, wait, that's it? Like, I don't know. Like, we get to know, like, we get to learn about these characters and how much they love Minako and how like big of an impact she like left on them. And I don't know, that made things a little bit more confusing to me. Um I I don't know. It feels like it is a big jump, right? How do we get from a place where they are basically completely dependent and dedicated and loyal to them like Minako, and then Minako killing them all, especially since it doesn't like other than I forgot her name, the robot girl. It's like I feel like no one would have really went on the internet much unless it was like for Minako, and I feel like there was just I don't know. I feel like there should have been like a. I guess maybe that's just not as interesting to show, so that's why it wasn't shown. But to me, it kind of felt like there were like some pieces missing there. So they love and are super dedicated to Minako, and all of a sudden they become like super famous influence, and Minako's like kind of just average. So she kills them all, so she could be the ultimate influencer. I don't know. It just feels like there was a piece missing in between, and I feel like that's kind of how I feel about Alien Stage. It feels like there's something missing in between things, and I don't know. Personally, I prefer Milgram as a what's it called? As a video, like what's it called? Music, singing, storytelling kind of thing. But Milgram is very, very different from Alien Stage. Alien Stage does not have its user interactivity that Milgram has, and Alien Stage is more so about the horror and the supernatural stuff, while Milgram is about, I guess, more psychological stuff and philosophical stuff. I don't know. It very much asks, what would you consider forgivable and what would you consider unforgivable. I really like Milgram and I prefer that one, but there is a part of me that kind of thinks, what if by the end I'm gonna not like Milgram's story, and by the end I'm gonna be like, I feel like there's something more that could have been said. I don't know. Because I was kind of thinking, like, I'm pretty happy with the way certain characters' stories end. Like, story, I feel like is complete. But Futa, he kind of just completely went off the dark end and is now in a cult, right? How are they gonna resolve that? This is the final bit, right? Assumingly there is going to be more that we're gonna see. Because we do see and hear a lot of things happen. But that needs to be translated. I'm curious of how that's gonna go. I personally, if I had to recommend one over the other, I would say I prefer Milgram. But also I'm scared that recommending, like, I feel like to some degree Milgram may not be as enjoyable if you weren't there, right? Because a lot of the fun was the discussion. The, hey, who do you think should be forgiven? Okay, what if we forgive people in a strategical way? Tell them they're not forgivable as a way to teach them a lesson. To say, okay, like, we think you, like, we do think what you did was understandable, and we do kind of think, like, it was okay, but we don't want you to keep doing that, so we're gonna say it wasn't forgivable. Like, I don't know, that was something that happened in the series, and I think they called it out and said it was dumb as fuck. I do kind of remember that. Like, I feel like to some degree Milgram is you had to be there to, like, really enjoy it. I don't know. But yeah, so to me, I don't know. Like, when Karma released, I just kind of felt like, wow, that's it. And maybe I just, like, I don't know, like, sometimes it's just really hard to end a series and make it satisfying, make it like, it's so hard to just find the perfect place to end a story, right? If it isn't ended in a satisfying way, or whatever, there's gonna be people hoping for more or wanting to know more, and maybe that's just it. Maybe I just really miss Alien Stage and want more. Who knows? But if you keep it going on for too long, then people will be like, damn it, why didn't you end it at, like, season 3 or something? um and a part of me just wonders, okay, maybe like, I really do think it's just the Patreon. Maybe I'm just really missing out on that. And I kind of don't like that, right? That a lot of the story and characterization that I just don't, like, know and missed is on a sort of whole different website that I just wouldn't have looked at if it wasn't for the fact that I just randomly one day stumbled upon a Twitter post about 1 month before the series officially ended. Okay, so so that's pretty much the rambling of the story done. Just, I feel unsatisfying. There could have been more, but I'm gonna actually go on a different side tangent. Okay, now I love pretty much all the characters. For Luca, like, he is supposed to be a bad guy, so I don't, like, think he's bad for doing bad things. I don't personally like him, though. That's just I don't know. He's not like a I love to hate him kind of character. So I just don't really feel anything towards him, I guess. um, he does have a really good voice, though. My favorite characters by far are Mizu and Sua, though Sua specifically. I don't know how to describe it. She's just really cute to me. I could I just like her. She's pretty. I also like her voice. I like her design. But I also kind of like her characterization just from what I've seen. Just her sort of, like, stoic, kind of, like, calculated, logical sense of, like, how she acts. I really like that about her. I don't know. Her quietness and, like, calculatedness, I don't know. I find it really interesting. I think she's kind of the only character to kind of act like that. Like, Luca is also very calculating, but in a very sadistic way. And he's sort of, like, very showy about it. He's very dramatic because he's trying his best to, like, tear down all the other contestants. Anyway, so yeah, I do really like Sua. I do like Mizu because Mizu is Sua's best friend and stuff like that. I don't know if I really think how I think about Mizu's character, because like I said, that one Patreon post, and how like her not like she's supposed to be super like energetic, cute, bubbly, and nice, and that's how I interpreted her for a while. That's what I liked her as. And then there's that thing where I think a classmate or a something, I don't know how to describe what, like a fellow cellmate. He, I think he confessed to her or something, and she said no, and he like hit her, and then she like something like fuck, she just is a lot more evil than people think. I don't remember how that scene went, but I just remember thinking, huh, like it changes a lot, and I don't know how to think about it. I mean, I do. I guess it does add more to her character, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. sorry. Okay, so one character I do not like is Ivan. Okay, so this is like, if just from the little I've seen of him. Okay, I have not seen any Patreon posts, so if anything in there makes him a better or more sympathetic character, I'm sorry. But I fucking do not like him. He's in my, like, okay, so when he was just like, when he just had a crush on Till, that was whatever. I thought, okay, that's cute, you know. Now we have like all these pairings. Look at this. We have Mizu and Sua. We have Ivan and Till. We have whoa, I don't know about the other two. They haven't shown up yet. Wow, we have all the sexualities here. So I was like, I was whatever about it. I was like, okay, that's cute, you know. And then like, for some reason, he like physically assaults too. I don't get why he had to do that. Like, I don't know. There was this time where he was all beaten up after like fighting some aliens or whatever. Until like hurts him more. Like, why? Why? and like, and then like I fucking hated how he forced himself onto Till and like kissed him against his will. Like, he was fighting back. He like visibly Till was fighting back and trying to push him off and getting away, and he just didn't like let that happen. And then he just started choking him. And like, I don't know why so many people like Ivan. Like, they're like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me and how I'm just like very against and sensitive to like sexual assault, right? Like, there's this webcomic, right? That kind of had something like that happen, and people are like, "Oh, don't worry." The main character who did it, they learn that they were wrong, and they get better, and the story does get better. You just have to read it more. And I was like, "No, I cannot read it more." That's kind of unforgivable in my eyes. That kind of thing. Like, I don't know. People like, maybe something in the Patreon post won't be like, "Oh, it makes it all forgivable." I don't know. That's gonna be a really high bar to pass. I do not tend to, like, if you do that kind of thing immediately, it's very hard for me to forgive you. Fictional or not. It, like, I don't really, like, I maybe can grow to sympathize and understand. I don't know if I could ever grow to like Ivan. I do not think that kind of thing is okay or forgivable or anything like that. Like, it's just like and it sucks because I do know several people whose like favorite character is Ivan, and I'm sorry about that, but straight up, like, I don't know, like, I would feel so fucking sick and panicked if anyone tried to grab me and force me to like kiss them or whatever. I would hate that. I would hate that so much. I would want to die. So I just cannot find him forgivable. I don't know. It's just not okay. That's just really bad. But yeah, so that's pretty much my feelings and thoughts. Of course, I'll go read the Patreon stuff eventually. It's a bit difficult for me to like sort of do. But I'll go through it eventually. Just kind of right now, I just wanted to post something because I just don't really have anyone to talk to about this. If you guys want to have a discussion, you can comment down below. Please don't hate me. Please don't hate me. I'm kind of just known for being stupid. Okay, I'm really sorry. This isn't like really a video essay, which is kind of I might, okay, so in the future, I might unlist this and make a proper video essay, trying to actually discuss what I feel about Alien Stage, but also going through everything and just writing down the details I've noticed and sort of trying to coming to my own character conclusions and analyze things purely based off of the videos themselves though. And then I'll probably do a second like after part for the video where I talk about the Patreon post. I might do something like that if if this video is just like really stupid or really bad. I'm really sorry. It's just a lot of rambling and just my personal takes and opinions based on someone who kind of just watched the series and then didn't really delve into the fandom or like this what's it called, further analyzation of like the media, which also maybe is the reason why I prefer Milgram over Alien Stage. Because I did delve more into the stuff for Milgram. And to be fair, you really do need to. I feel like with Alien Stage, you can like go through the videos and come out of it thinking like you don't need the extra Patreon things because it feels more complete. But without the stuff, like, is for one, is heavily encouraged. You go look at everything related to the Milgram series. And all the notes the characters write. Everything the characters talk about, and then like the voice dramas, all that stuff. I do think what's it called? I do think that's probably why I'm more I like Milgram more, just because I did give a lot more time and effort into going into the extra material, the quote unquote extra material that isn't just the songs. But also, another thing is, the Alien Stage thing, what's it called? It seems like they added that way later on to fill in the gaps. So, I didn't know about it. I'm sorry. They also didn't really encourage it from what I've seen. I didn't see, like, I do look at their post and their videos, right? And I think their posts started like several really long after the series started. So that's, that's my bad. I'm sorry. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and leave a comment if you want to discuss anything or any of my points or explain anything I got wrong. I do want to give Alien Stage another try. This is just my sort of initial ramblings of how I felt after I finished the series, and maybe one day I will officially do better, actual good video essays. One day. I've been planning on talking about things and making video essays for a long time, but I just never really had any kind of idea of how I would show things, edit things, and then just writing things that became a pain. And I just don't know what my first video essay will be about, because I just feel like that might be important. I don't know. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you!